Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kwame Chumisi. Great news, guys. This is great news. So basically 5 days ago on Friday last week, which was 5 days ago, the government actually released an aged care industry labor agreement. Okay. So if you're a nursing support worker, you are a personal care assistant worker, you are a disability worker, or you are an aged care worker, this is great news for you. Okay, so basically if you are sponsored by an employer in Australia under visa subclass 4A2, you only need to work for 2 years and become a permanent resident in Australia. So this is great news, guys. So if you are currently employed in Australia, just speak to your employer to sponsor you. Your employer will basically just need to work with the union. Okay, and once you get selected and once you work for your employer for 2 years, you'll be on your way to becoming a permanent resident under visa subclass 186. Okay, visa subclass 186, and all you need to provide is your evidence that you've worked for 2 years and also evidence that you are earning over 51,222. Okay, this is also good because as you guys heard, they've increased the TISMET from 53,900 to 70,000. But this doesn't affect disability workers, aged care workers, or support workers. This is really good. So guys, if you're already living in Australia and you want to get sponsored by an employer, all you need is basically certificate 3. Okay, so Australia Qualification Framework AQF certificate 3, and also 1 year working experience as a support worker or a disability or aged care worker, and your employer will be able to sponsor you under visa subclass 4A2. All right. And if you are not living in Australia and you are living overseas too, it's also really easy. What you basically need to do is to get your skills assessment done. Okay, so get your skills assessment done, and also you score at least band 5 in IELTS exams. Once you get your skills assessment done, you score at least band 5 in IELTS exams, go look for an employer to sponsor you. Okay, you can basically go and search on seek.com.au. There are a lot of employers on there that are looking for support workers, carers, aged care workers, disability workers, and also nursing assistant workers. Without talking too much, I'll actually share my screen now so we can go through the new aged care industry labor agreement. Let's go. Hello guys, welcome back to this section. So this is basically the good news I was talking about. Okay, so I'll just type in aged care labor agreement. Okay, so 4 days ago, so the new aged care industry labor agreement, let me click on that one. Awesome. So this is what I'm looking for, guys. So skilled migration. Okay, this was just announced 4 days ago, so last week Friday. Great news. So the purpose of the aged care industry labor agreement, okay, so you can use the aged care industry labor agreement to sponsor overseas workers for temporary skill shortage under visa subclass 4A2, visa in direct care occupations such as. Okay, so this is basically saying that employers can actually sponsor overseas aged care and what they call it, disability carers. Okay, they can actually migrate here under visa subclass 4A2. So if someone is actually a nursing support worker, personal care assistant, or age or disability carer, they can actually migrate to Australia under visa subclass 4A2. All right, so employers can actually now sponsor them. All right, and when they work for 2 years, all they need is like working for their employer for 2 years, and they'll have the opportunity to apply for a permanent residency at a visa subclass 186. This is awesome. So if you're already living in Australia, okay, and you are working in the aged care, all you need is basically certificate 3. Okay, you need certificate 3, and you also need your employer to sponsor you, so you work under the visa subclass 4A2. If you don't have certificate 3, then you need to basically have at least 12 months working experience. All right, 12 months working experience in that field, being an aged care worker, disability care worker, personal care assistant, or a nursing support worker. Okay, as easy as that, and your employer will be able to sponsor you under visa subclass 4A2, and when you work for 2 years, you can move on to becoming a permanent residency under visa subclass 186. All right, so if you are not living in Australia, okay, so if you are living offshore, you have experience or qualification as a nursing support worker, personal care assistant, or age or disability carer, you need to have your skills assessment done, okay? So you need to obtain a skills assessment from the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Accreditation Council or the Australian Community Workers Association if you obtain a qualification overseas. This is really, really important, okay? You also need to make sure you score at least band 5 in your IELTS exam. So once you have this relevant, you get your skills assessment done, you have your IELTS, then you can actually go on seek.com.au and look for an employer to sponsor you. And trust me, once you get the sponsorship under visa subclass 4A2 and you come to Australia, within 2 years, you be a permanent residency in Australia, as easy as that. This is great news, guys. So make sure you jump on this opportunity so you do not miss out. My name is Kwame Chimisi. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll be there to help you out. I'm out.